Hi guys, greetings to you all, and you are once again welcome to the Stratford Africa channel. This is your match reaction video to the Liverpool game. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 4. It was a shambolic performance. But before we try to analyze and dive deep into what really happened on the field yesterday, please try and subscribe to the channel, like the video if you are enjoying what you are watching, and share to your friends and your WhatsApp groups and invite more people to join the community. So before we take a look at the game in itself, yesterday there was another anti-Glazer protest that was held at Old Trafford, and the fans or the organizers or those who took part in that protest, they were really bent on getting this game postponed again. As I said earlier on in my video that I did about the Glazers ownership and the movement against them, if you watch that video, you realize I stated that there was plans to hold another new protest, and they were trying to get this game to be postponed again. But unfortunately for them, unfortunately for the club, this time around the club was very prepared for the protest, and they beefed up security and put in place measures that ensured that those who wanted the game postponed didn't succeed. To the extent that they blocked the Liverpool team bus, and there are reports that they even punctured the tires and deflated it. It really means that there were really efforts to try and postpone the game again. But the club was on its toes, and it came out victorious on that one. So all that happened, and the game went ahead. We went on and played the game. The starting 11s was announced, and everything happened. So that being said, what really happened on the field yesterday, we went ahead and lost that game after we had started very well. It was just a bad performance overall. Everybody on that field didn't play well. The players, they didn't play well at all. Everyone didn't play well, and we lost that game. Like, what is more painful to me and what I can't really swallow is that, like, Liverpool didn't win that game playing any great football. You understand? And their fans here are just making noise and saying, like, we rested our top players for them, and they came and beat us with all the rest their players had. Meanwhile, they didn't play any great. It was just a Salah gift we gave them, and they gracefully took it. Because if you're going to analyze all the 4 goals they scored, it's either we gave the ball easily away to them in our 18-yard box, or in front of it, or we went to sleep on a set piece, and then they capitalized. You understand? Look at their back line. The Flames and Williams, they were very shaky, but we couldn't really trouble them that much. And I think our problems has to do with our midfield pivot. Like, I don't want to sound repetitive, because if you've been following this channel and you've been watching my match reactions, you realize that I have serious issues with our midfield pivot. They are not good footballers. I keep saying it. They will give you the work rates and what's the name, and the desire and running around, but when they have the ball, what they do with the ball is very limited. Their technical ability is very limited. Fred and McTominay, we are not going to win any major trophy with those two playing regularly. As painful as it may sound, that is the truth. Those guys, especially Fred, sometimes the passes he misplaces, like it is surprising. A footballer at that level misplacing simple 5-yard passes like he does. I don't understand what he do when he goes to training. Those two guys, if we want to go up a level and compete with the bigger teams in Europe and in England, we really need to upgrade our midfield pivot. We really have to sign a very good central defensive midfielder. That's what Roy King said after the game. He said something along the lines of only persevering with Fred, and he knows that. But how the club thinks that Fred can get them to winning titles is something he doesn't understand. It baffles his mind. You see, Fred is at best a squad player. Some games he plays well. I'm not trying to downplay the fact that he's been shit all along. But the simple things that a holding midfielder needs to do right to give the team the basis to then play on, he doesn't have it. McTominay doesn't have it. You understand? So we really can't miss on Bissouma, Ndidi, and Rice. One of these three players we have to go all out and try and get. So that being said, I think our midfield pivot was shit yesterday. And then Pogba, Rashford, Luke Shaw all were out for. They all didn't play well. Pogba also, one way or the other, had roles to play in Liverpool's first 2 goals. If you understand, he went to sleep on the set piece, and then Firmino came from his back and then nodded the ball in. We don't defend set pieces like that. Our set piece defensive structure is not good enough. The coaches really need to work on it. I don't know how much goals they are waiting for us to concede before they realize that what they are working on is not working. They really need to look on it. And our team yesterday, they played like with 3 or 2 years down. I felt like especially in the first half, each player could still go up a gear or 2, but they were very relaxed. You see, they didn't show any desire. And you can't, no matter how useless or how meaningless this match is, you can't approach it the way we approached it. We are playing with your biggest rival in the land, so you can't come and be playing this badly. You understand? You don't do things like that. So that being said, I think Klopp also, after the game, Klopp was talking about, like, he tried to set his team up to mark Luke Shaw out of the game, and that is what really worked. If you watch the game very well, whenever Luke Shaw had the ball, he had about 3 or 4 Liverpool players on him. You understand? And when that happened yesterday, we didn't have Maguire. We missed Maguire a lot. You know, our midfield pivot, I'm already talking about them. They are passing a shit, so they are not good at progressing the ball. So a lot of the progression in our first and second phase of build-up plays happens through Maguire and Luke Shaw. So through injury, we missed Maguire, and then Klopp put men on Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw wasn't also having a good game. So we couldn't progress the ball at all. That was why Liverpool's young centre backs had an off day. Look, Cavani was running on the field with nothing to live on, because the midfield was struggling to really get the ball to him. So Klopp's tactics of trying to mark Luke Shaw out of the game really worked, because when Luke Shaw was not able to play well, you couldn't get the ball from back to front. When you gave the ball to McTominay and Fred to progress it, they kept giving it back to Liverpool. And Maguire and Luke Shaw too, they weren't there, nowhere to be found. Maguire out injured, Luke Shaw has been marked out of the game. You understand? So it was really, once again, Liverpool didn't play any great football. Anyway, like, there's none of their goals that they just kept, like, they kept pressure on us, like put some good passes together, some good patches of play, and then scored. No, it was a mistake upon mistake upon mistake. Look at Salah's goal, the last goal. Matic also came. You have the ball, release it early. Then he just went like he ran with the ball into traffic and then lost it, and then boom, Salah scored. McTominay, Fred and Luke Shaw early on in the second half, silliness in our 18-yard box. We lost the ball, they scored. So we just gifted Liverpool these 3 points, and that is what I can't really take. Like, when we lose off a good performance, I'm usually fine. But when we come and we don't show any desire, we play bad football, we make silly mistakes, and we go on and lose, it's very painful. It's really painful for sometimes for me to take. So I was really fuming yesterday. Up till now, I'm still very disappointed. So please let me know what you think about the game in the comment section, and share the video to your friends and family. Please subscribe if you haven't. So let's move on straight and do our player ratings and bring this show to an end. So player ratings, and Henderson had a good game. Even though with the Salah goal he could have defended it better, because that is his trademark, always coming out to engage the attackers. But I don't know why he decided to stay back, and people are trying to use that to bash him. They are overreacting. They are really overreacting. None of the goals that we scored apart from that one was on him. You understand? When you keep giving the ball away like that in your 18-yard box, what do you expect your goalkeeper to do? So it wasn't Henderson's fault that we lost that game. You understand? So I'll give Henderson a 6 out of 10 score. Wan-Bissaka was good. Wan-Bissaka also gets an average score for me. Eric Bailey and Lindelof, they also had an average game. Even though defensively they were not that good, but I don't blame them. I blame the midfield, those who kept giving the ball away. they exposed them and they kept them under pressure. So I'll give them a free pass. So each of them get a 6/10 for me. And Lucio's performance wasn't that great. He gets 5 out of 10 for me. So I think the whole field, it was just Bruno who stood up yesterday. He kept the ball very well. He kept it simple. He tried to move on, recycle the ball, but all the others around him went to sleep. So Bruno gets the man of the match performance for me. So he scores 7 out of 10, and his goal was very brilliant. Had the guy not even taken it, he was just putting it in the far corner there, you understand? And it was a well-taken goal, even though aided by that defender, but they still gave it to him though. So that tells you that he was on target. That's why he was awarded the goal. And now he's coming for Lampard's record. I think he has already broken it or something. We'll talk about that one later on in the week. So Bruno gets the man of the match, score of 7 for me. Cavani also gets a 6 out of 10 score. And this comes out of no fault of his. We just couldn't get him the ball enough. And he just had to run around. So the likes of Pogba, Rashford, McTominay and Fred, they all get below average scores for me. They'll get 4 out of 10. Each one of them will score 4 out of 10. I don't really know what was wrong with Pogba. I don't know whether he over celebrated the Salah or what. You understand? He's been playing well during the Ramadan season. But Salah, they come and play and then your form is thrown out of the window. So if this continues, I think Oli should make him fast every day. Because during the fasting time, he was playing very well. So if he's going to break his fast and then lose his form, then he better keep fasting day in, day out. So that was just by the way though. So generally, I think that was what happened. We gifted Liverpool the 3 points. In a week, we gave Manchester City the title by losing to Leicester. And then in that same week, we have given hope of top 4 back to Liverpool by silly dashing them 3 points. So we can't move on at this rate. We really need to finish this season on a high note. If you go and play this way against the likes of Villarreal in the final, I'm not sure we are going to win that game. The boys need to come together, put this behind them, watch the match back again, and try and correct the wrongs so that we can move on and finish the season high. You understand? We have to keep and hang on to the second place, finish second, win the Europa League, and then move on. And the board really needs to sign a CDM. They have to sign a CDM. Sometimes when I sit down and think how United went from the likes of Michael Carrick, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes to Fred and McTominay, it baffles me. This all smells of lack of investments in the squad over the years. There have been top CDMs who have come around, but United have missed out on all of them. The likes of Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, N'Golo Kante, you can count them. Top midfielders who were available at other teams. Not even one of them we managed to get. So the board need to sit up and balance this squad. This squad needs balancing. The quality in the squad needs balancing. Because like as time goes on, day in, day out, the frailties, the weaknesses in the team get exposed to every layman to see and recognize. So I don't know how they sit down there and they think this team can compete. No, this midfield pivot, nah, we are not going to win any major titles, as I said earlier, with them playing week in, week out. They are best squad players. When we need them, they come in and do a job and go back. You understand? So someone like a Declan Rice or a Wilfred Ndidi or the Brighton guy or a player like that somewhere else needs to be signed this summer. They really needs to be signed this summer. So that being said, I think we have come to the end of the video. That is my thoughts about the game in general. Please let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And as I said earlier on, just keep supporting the channel and let's grow and grow together. Thank you very much for watching. Until we meet again next time, have a nice time. Bye bye.